Hey, Corbin here. Today, yesterday I said that I wanted to start today again at 3 p.m. after lunch, but then as the morning went through, I just decided to just skip the day and take it as a day off to actually disconnect from everything. But it was just like 15 minutes ago that I was just giving a walk and I realized that I still had 30% of credits to spend, and I decided to take the chance and spend those credits. So this is where we left yesterday, at the same exact place where there was this music toggle button thing. We don't have anything here, I hope. I just started to take the screenshot for the thumbnail. And the goal is to be here for less than an hour, but basically I want to take this 30%. Oh shit. I was expecting that it resetted the second. I didn't expect that at all. It seems that on Sundays it's the day that it resets. Well, anyway, since I already started the live streaming, then I'll stay a bit here. I guess it will be less than 1 hour, but still, let's try to see this. I want to tackle this first, what we said the other day. So the current loadout / inventory approach, I don't fully like the current. I would rather use that section to show the boosts that the player has, such as +X percentage speed, +30 max health at Z. Replace that. The keys to open doors must still be visible in the inventory. So update to fit both things somehow. Well, in this case, I was gonna ask for the other one, but just like this, let's create a new chat, however, to keep it short. I think that today the only thing I can do is improving this sprite sheet. I think this can be done manually, and when I say manually, I mean through the UI of ChatGPT. So let me see it here. Yeah, I will try to add those files. However, I need to go to the Linux version. I'm just driving through different places until this is found. So I'll be saving this in the other screen. So this way I can use it. Not this one. Luckily I saved it. I want this sprite sheet. Currently the sprite sheet is not okay. There are pieces cut off. Ensure it is fixed. Just like that. Let's see how it goes. Then on the other side, I'm not sure on how to do this. The UI changes in place, perfect. So that if the UI changes in place, it means that I can just run npm run dev. And just like that, I should be able to here refresh the screen, log in. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let me see how. Yeah, fire and move 50% faster. Okay, so yeah, I like this. I like it. So let's see if it finishes. Yeah, it did. Let's cut this. Add boosts in hood with status. Then I'm afraid that let's see how this goes. Yeah, seems it has fixed it. Let me try and see how would it look if I open it here. So I'll add it in the other one. Not here. I'll take this as the name and say -fix. I refresh and it's in the zone identifier file. Delete. Yeah, let's see if this works. I'll use the all here and here I'll keep it as the original. So just like that, I'll try to run dev this. And actually, let me know where this wraith sprite, wraith, where is it from? Data governance, records management and data governance. Records management and data governance. It's far from the beginning. It's far from the beginning. I'm gonna be clocking in until I found something closer. Was it legal discovery? No. Records management and data governance. Data governance is the second one, but the data governance is safe. But records management, it's on rest. Is this actually true? Yeah, records management and data governance. Perfect, this one. Worse. Worse because it has the size wrong. So no, the option of doing it manually does not work. I'll just have to create a new one saying the add a kind of introduction the first time the player plays the game that explains the lore of the game, explaining the history, who is the character, and which is the goal. Also, the introduction should also serve as a tutorial to understand how to play. Make it interesting for the user, not just how do you call it, like when you have several steps in a form or something, you're using a stepper, not a stepper, but there's a word for that. A boring stepper with texts. Let's give it a stepper because I don't know how to say it. Then what I want to try is I'm gonna be opening for the to open both. Let me see what happens if I just take this. Let me try with this, export as PNG, fix, save it there, the same place, save. Let me try and put it back again here. The old is the proper one, this one I should remove it. Also the zone identifier, and instead here remove the fix part, just in case I want to start again the project. Opening it again here, refresh, login. Procurement, it's not a good one. Human resources is not a good one. Not. Is it compliance? Was it compliance or was that another one? Records management and data governance. Come on. Records management, right? Yeah, I think it was fine. So I'll do this for the other ones while it does this for the whole thing. So I'll remove the old ones instead I'm gonna be just asking the same. Now do it for this other spreadsheet. Audit run looked fine, I think. Let me check again. I don't think it has any issue. This one it has for sure, so the close enforcer. Okay, so here basically I found a good fit for the GameStone. The first clock in will trigger a short animated classified employee file that tells the story about a corrupted corporate briefing, then drops the player into a real playable orientation room. Movement, jumping, firing, and door entry will be learned by doing, with the company reacting to each action. After completion or skip, future clock ins go straight into a run. The first pass implementation is in place. I'm at the verification stage. Wow. Let's see what it did. How many files there are? Well, just an introduction stage somehow. I'll just try it then in a new private session. Archived incident year 0. The company had, let me lift the menu and wait until it generates because it's doing things, I guess. Or was it just something? Just the company at the ate the wall. First it acquired the block, then the city. You clocked in, the dogs vanish. It just goes too fast. Quite nice, but still. No, you didn't fix the sprite sheet, you just invented yourself your own sprite sheet. Well, let's wait until it finishes to see if there's any change, but I like the idea. However, I'd rather use static assets instead of these basic shapes for the tutorial. Also, the first part with the explanation moves automatically. I don't want it this way. The user must pass to the next step once he has read properly. Okay, now I like it better. Actually, I just have to copy the image and here open a new one, open the close enforcer, then just paste this. Okay, then I guess I'll need to remove it because otherwise it would be let me see here first open and place. No, I think it's just, yeah, it must use transparent background, not black. It seems that it actually took the image as black. Interactive orientation now passes the project's strict checks. That's good. Then this one is also to fix. I'm gonna be adding these to fix. Also this one. Another one. For sure this one. Another one. This one is fine, I guess. This one is not. And this one is not either. Okay, so it has completed this thing. Let me verify the game. The company ate the world again. Just I need to ask this and it still moves automatically, so no, but I wanted to verify how things went. The assets, they are still here. So I will add to do those modifications, and in the meantime, let me see how the things went in here. Copy image. I cannot do it this way. I'm afraid I'll need to take all those assets and discard the changes. I would rather do it later instead of doing it like this. Okay, the assets are already available in the project, so the new generation needed, it's fine. Let's see. With this, we will have this thing done. And add the musics and improve the sprite sheets. Those are the to-dos, actually. I guess I can ask for the internationalization. There should not be audible voices anymore. Yeah, let's add the prompt for this. Now implement internationalization to the game. The game should be playable both in English and Spanish. In the menu screen there should be a nice, modern, adapted to the game style way to pick the language. English by default. And then the names and everything that is text shown in the screen should be shown in the P language. Okay, let's see. I'll close this because we're not gonna do it today. The company ate the world. First, it acquired the block, then the city, then the laws of physics. Every department became a territory, every policy a weapon, and nobody has successfully resigned. You clocked in, the doors vanish. You are a junior analyst. You arrive at 8:47 for your first day. At 8:48, the lobby forgot how to lead outside. HR already lists your employment status as permanent. One exit, top floor. Cross the hostile departments, take their access keys, defeat the regional overlord, reach the escape elevator before the company finishes processing you. Like that. Move before security notices. Reach the green marker. Jump over the vacancy. Disagree with management. Fire the stapler cannon at the training manager. Doors are at your way out. Stand in the door and use a jump key. I miss a part in the tutorial that explains how did it call it here, the way to jump. It's not projectiles, it's good accelerator works and how some doors require some keys. Miss a part in the live tutorial that explained. So yeah, let's see. Now how it was. How was it to see the remaining? And now it is again here. 96%, that's fine. So with this, we'll be able to remove this one also. I'm afraid this one won't be a thing at the end, since we went for something to publish in the Crazy Games or itch.io here. And this visual, I don't think it's something I won't actually want to do it. So yeah, maybe only the sound effects is the only place. Plus this thing that we have here. I'm thinking on how to proceed with this whole series. At the end, the plan was to do 7 days to build the game, and here what I see in the future ideas, it mostly will remain the final touches plus the publish thing. I guess the publication itself is out of the scope of those 7 days. Instead, we'll focus on having this today plus the sounds, and then tomorrow just work on the assets. Let me see again this in a new... Okay, move, reach the rim marker, jump. If the player falls from the platform during the playable tutorial, the accelerator doesn't work anymore, and thus the player cannot go up to kill the enemy. Fix that. Perfect, fixed. Perfect. So I can take this as valid. Add onboarding and tutorial. Then it's time to create a new session just to do this. And finally, I see those things in the Wraith take part of the regional overlord that should be here, and also there is a here that is part of the archive Wraith, just a few. So those I should also fix them. But this is the things that tomorrow I'll need to fix. Improve the spreadsheets for the enemies and bullets or projectiles. So this, I'm now gonna write the prompt for the sounds. In addition to the background music that can be played if enabled from the menu, there should also be how do you say, these are sound effects for when projectiles are shot. Implement the logic to make them sound if the sound is enabled in the settings. Despite not being there yet, you can count there will be a directory in public/assets/sounds with several sound MP3 files with the name sharing the name sounds/projectiles with several sound MP3 files sharing the name as they use for their PNG images in the project in the public/assets sound and projectiles directory. Implement the logic and then I will manually add the files there. I don't know if traps should also contain a yeah, I'm afraid maybe I should also include there should also be a sound effect for when the career accelerator is activated. The file will be in the same sounds directory sharing with the name career accelerator.png. Yeah, just like that. I don't think I should do add sound effects for each projectile in the public assets sounds projectiles. And let's copy everything and say just not projectiles. Like this. Yeah, despite not wanting, I will take another 1 hour session at the end. It's already been 40 minutes and it still needs a few more time. Everything is validated, so it seems it is somehow translated. Let me check. Not here, but here. For me, it's surprising there are no more places affected. Let me see if it works. I want to go with an enemy to see him. Yeah, it uses the proper language here. So I'll take that as a not valid option for the thing whenever it finishes. I'm surprised how it actually did the things, but kind of easy to implement it in an already existing thing, I guess. Perfect, so it works, so git status let me push whatever everything we did today, and let's do the full final thing for today. That is this one. This we won't be able to verify it because we don't have those files, but yeah, tomorrow I'll do a new session at around, I guess, 6 p.m. where the goal is going to be just to do all those things. At the end for this, I'm not thinking on using codecs, so I'm not going to be wasting credits. It's a shame that it actually restarted today. I could have checked this before even recording, but it was just when I got a thing under my mind, said, okay, let me just waste it quickly. And I started the streaming, the first thing I did in the laptop, so a learning for the next time. For what I hear, what I read here, it's gonna look for a career accelerator PNG file. It does not work. So the game currently has one persistent speaker toggle, so I'm using as the master audio setting. It will continue to mute music and will also suppress effects. Projectile sounds will each projectile images base name with MP3. The accelerator will therefore resolve to. Okay, it's smarter than I expected. Yeah, basically here is the thing. Let's see how much time it takes. It shouldn't be too much. Oh, it already added a lot of things here. So the implementation is in place. Yeah, we cannot verify it for sure, but let me just try what happens. If I try, will it fail or? yeah, the audio couldn't find the effects, the player staple, whatever thing. So yeah, however, looks promising. So whenever it finishes to do all those tests, I'll commit that and keep it as a final commit for today. I'll wait until all the things, the validations finish, just to be sure it does not add any extra file or modification. But yeah, with this we'll finish today's session. It's been 46 minutes and a half now. We kept it under the hour. At the end we have a working game in less than 6 hours. No, actually more than 6 hours, because yesterday we did it for 2 hours more or less, despite the streaming taking more. I was away for 10 to 15 minutes, so yeah, at around 6 hours or 7 hours with building a game that from my point of view it's quite interesting. So add sound effects, and with this push we can verify that. Let me refresh. Yeah, we have something committed here. We've done 43 commits. Everything started on 5 days ago with the initial game idea, so just 5 days. Oh, that is actually 6, because it's July 21st and we are on 26th. So 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th and 26th. It's 6 days. But in just 6 days we've built quite an interesting thing. We'll keep it here for today, and tomorrow at around 6 p.m. Central European time we'll continue with the things that we added here about working on the proper assets. And then we could say yeah, well, we will do it through AI, but not through Codex, I guess, to save some tokens. Instead we're gonna be using ChatGPT UI or some other tools. That's all for today. We've got no viewers, but if at any time someone watches this, just drop a comment and I'll be grateful for that. See you tomorrow with more.